Yo, what's up guys? Today we're going to be watching another 2v2 game from the Douyu Yule Cup. This is one of the finals games. Don't let that distract you too much because I'm not really casting these in order, nor am I casting all the games and just picking the ones that look interesting to me and we go on from there, I guess. Yeah, apologies for not uploading in a while. Again, I haven't really been following a schedule anymore, just uploading videos whenever I find the time, and since we got into a recent lockdown, I have as much time as there is, I guess, which, in my opinion, still isn't enough, but, what can you do? Everyone basically has the same amount of time, so can't really complain. We have a game on Frozen Clover, which is probably the first time I've cast this particular map. Probably don't need the vision off because I have spectator vision, thankfully. So yeah, the players, we have TH spawning in as the blue human player on the left side, and his teammate Infi, the blue night elf, on the top. I mean, TH and Infi, that's pretty devastating combo, to be honest. Yeah, on the other hand, we have Chaemiko spun in as the red human player on the right side, and his teammate will be Soin, the red orc, on the bottom. So the map's pretty big. Not sure how long it would probably take though, considering the spawns are relatively close to one another. It is a lot more difficult to, I guess, get to your opponent's base, however, since it's mainly being covered by trees. Or you will have to traverse all the way around here to get to, I guess, your opponent's entrance. But yeah, trees are mainly the blocking factors here, which kind of reminds me of a map I used to play back then, but obviously I don't exactly remember the name. It's basically a small map which you spawn on the four corners and everywhere is just trees. Yeah. So we have Chaemiko already scouting out his opponent and is able to spot Demon Hunter start here for Infi. Infi just going for the Ancient of War creeping. I believe every player is doing the same as well. Archmage for TH going for the militia creeping at this creep camp. Meanwhile, Chaemiko also going for the Archmage first. And what is someone going for? He's already got a Farseer out and he's already on the move. So already bullying one player so far, which is, I mean, it's to be expected. Just trying to go for
a player's forces are under attack.
The weakest link. I'm not sure if TH is the weakest link, however, since he does have access to those militia. But I guess they did transform back into the peasant form, so they were kind of vulnerable there while they were retreating. Footman didn't really do too much damage. He did take quite a beating himself. But the red team is still laying down the pressure. I'm not sure where Infi is. It seems like he's just... Oh, no, he is... apparently TH is going to handle this pretty well himself, as Infi's just going to go back to farming. And it seems like, yes, TH does have plenty of footmen on the ground, and will be able to push back the red team away. Yikes, 8 footmen on the ground? 7 footmen on the ground here for TH. I mean, he will be a bit behind, I guess, in terms of production. I'm not sure how late his tier 2 is compared to his allies. Slightly late there, mainly because of that those early footmen, but I guess that is better than getting taken out, and obviously losing a player in 2v2 it's a pretty big deal, because then you are just heavily outnumbered. Although I guess it is kind of the same concept in 1v1, but it is possible to come back
A player's
because,
forces are under attack.
well, I guess yeah, you're still versing one player rather than
A town is under
versing two
siege.
players. Someone's still being pretty annoying here. Is gonna force the cancel on that farm. He did kill the peasants, so I guess the farm was inevitably gonna go down. But this is essentially what, yeah, it's what Soin would like happening. He just pressuring his opponent, keeping him in his own base. Meanwhile, it looks like Chaemiko's also trying to do the same. He is going to suffer a couple of losses here, maybe, on that footman. Another fireball should be able to finish the job. Oh no, animation cancel, maybe? Possibly losing the vision there. Either way, footman is going to live to see tomorrow, I guess. Defend is going to be activated by TH to just reflect the damage back from those elementals.
A player's
We
forces
do
are
have a
under
Nubian
attack.
being hired up here for, I guess it's Infi. But weirdly enough, it is a melee Nubian, so yeah, I was expecting him to toss those, whatever those Crypt Fiends toss, but yeah, he is melee. We do have a Shadow Hunter here as the second hero. Hex is going to be cast onto the Nubian warrior, and he is most likely going to die. It's going to spawn some spiderlings. Ah, it's one of these things, huh?
A player's
Right.
forces are under attack.
Not sure how useful they would be, but I guess it is just a couple extra bodies to tank with. Demon Hunter is going to get hexed, but not much damage dealt to him. We are kind of getting pincered here for the blue side, although I guess it is just the the Archmage with his elementals doing the pincering on one of the sides. Paladin is going to come out here for TH, providing those heal supports for the blue side. Meanwhile, Mountain coming out here for Chaemiko, adding a lot more DPS pressure. Riflemen are already out here for Chaemiko, which is... I'm not sure how big that's going to be against all these footmen with defend, but they might be pretty nice against those archers there. Grunts are going pretty low. They should be microed a little bit better, maybe. As we do have Soin's Demon Hunter actually... not Soin's Demon Hunter, Infi's Demon Hunter being focus fired there with an ensnare. But the invuln is going to get popped. That is a full 15, I believe, so she should be able to lay a lot more pressure than usual. Holy Light is going to heal her back up to a relatively full HP. Chaemiko did bring a couple of militia, but pretty badly timed there. Engaging when the rest of the army retreats is a bit unfortunate. We do have a Priestess coming out as the second hero for Infi, so providing that range damage upgrade, and it seems like it is going to be utilized fully with those Arcane Sanctum units there. We do have the Priests, Sorceresses, as well as, I believe I did see a Spellbreaker somewhere. Unless I am completely out of it. Actually I must be out of it because I don't see it anywhere. I must have confused it with the Priest because, yeah, I could have sworn the Priest's back robe kind of looked like Spellbreaker. But yeah, Arcane Vault is not done yet, so we do not actually have any Spellbreakers, but Spellbreakers would be a pretty smart choice because obviously you're versing someone who can summon Water Elementals and someone who can summon Spirit Wolves, so I mean it kind of seems like an obvious choice. Chaemiko unfortunately can't do the same because, well, I don't think just versing an Archmage is warrants the switch to Spellbreakers, but we shall see. I imagine we should be seeing an Arcane Sanctum at least for those Priests, so it is possible we could have it, but here comes the defense here, as Chaemiko and Soin will pick up a couple of stragglers. Infi and TH, I mean, they do have a lot of units, which is a bit worrisome for the red team. I mean, Chaemiko does have a good number of units as well, but unfortunately it's not well composed against all these footmen with the defend, and those archers are, I mean, I guess they do have kind of the same problem, but there's just so many of them with the true shot aura. I mean, that might be able to mitigate a couple of things. Here comes those shaman with grunts here, and they're gonna try and overwhelm those archers. Honestly, they just need to ignore the footmen and go straight after those archers since they are the main DPS. But yeah, that is going to be pretty well done from the red team there. It's going to force a double TP from the blue team. Not many losses on both sides, just a couple units here and there, but obviously the TP scrolls were there to prevent major losses, thankfully. And here come the Spellbreakers. No castle just yet. We do need a castle for the control magic upgrade. But yeah, you can see here that TH and Infi just going to be abusing that True Shot Aura from the Priestess of the Moon, who did take up the Owl Scout as the second ability instead of those Searing Arrows, so I imagine we should be seeing Searing Arrows at level 3 later on. The Owl Scouting is just useful in a 2v2 game. Right, I probably should look at some army supplies, to be honest. 54 for Chaemiko, 46 for Soin. Meanwhile, TH and Infi are at 48-50. So pretty evened up for both sides. None of the players have decided to expand.
A player's forces are under attack.
But I mean, it is possible. Most of the expansions are kind of out of the way for against each other, so I mean, it is possible, but I guess with the situation right now, it is kind of hard to find a spot to place down an expansion, since I mean, both sides have been pretty aggressive, to be honest. Ancient of Lore is going to go down. We might even lose the Hunter's Hole here. We do have an Ancient of Wind on the way, as we do have a Mountain Giant actually being completed. No Resistance Skin, unfortunately, that was actually on the way, but with the Ancient of Lore down, it is going to take a bit longer. Ensnare to the Mountain Giant is actually preventing him from doing a lot, and of course, not getting into a good position for a taunt. Demon Hunter is going to get hammered to the head there to get a little bit stunned. Holy Light is going to heal him up a lot. Actually. Paladin, I believe, is level 3. Wow. Already with that level 2 Holy Light is, I mean, it's pretty good. I haven't noticed Spellbreakers doing too much just yet, but since they are going for armor upgrade first, I imagine they're just going to be the front line while the Night Elf player provides the juicy DPS. Rightio, yeah, still going for the Ancient of Lore here, most likely for the Mountain Giant upgrades. Ancient of Wind is interesting. We do see a Fairy Dragon in the air. I mean, obviously, since you're versing double the players, the mana flare value should technically double as well. But I guess since we are at only one base for both sides, we are being a bit tame on the production. Arcane Vault is going to get taken down by Soin. Very nicely done there. I mean, you have access to those raiders who are super killy with that siege damage. Might even lose an Arcane Sanctum, which does have Sorceress upgrade on the way. Will be forced to cancel there, as it was about 60% done. TP scroll coming in from most likely Infi, as I don't know, from TH, as Infi's already on the site here. TP scroll by Soin as well. Probably should keep those units alive, thankfully. Could have potentially lost that Coda Beast if the blue team actually attacked a lot earlier, but don't have to worry about that anymore. A couple of mortar teams, actually a lot of mortar teams already on the ground there for Chaemiko. So the human side's gonna provide the backline for this team. Meanwhile, Soin is going to provide the front line with those grunts and raiders. Obviously, the Kodo Beast is basically acting as a Priest of the Moon substitute. I mean, it's not going to be as
Town is under siege.
the bonus is not as much as the True Shot aura, but obviously it does apply to those melee units as well, as it does not really matter if you're ranged or not. For the War Drum aura, I was trying to remember if it actually had a proper aura name, but I can't actually think of it. I think it's Command Aura. If those Battle Drum, the item called it, I'm pretty sure it was Command Aura. Either way, both sides are fighting on split fronts, it seems. Lots of dwarfs on the ground there for Chaemiko. At 70 supply is going to add those gyrocopters as well for the... not gyrocopters. I don't know why I keep calling them gyrocopters. Flying machines for
attack.
the potential fairy dragons, as well as those hippogriffs who are on the way as well. Although I guess the hippogriffs are kind of there for flying machines as well, question mark? Who knows, maybe just to give those archers a steed to ride on. But yeah, 76 for Infi, 72 for Chaemiko. Someone's sticking to 50, which TH is also sticking to 50, so
A player's forces are under attack.
do see a little bit of a pattern here. I guess all you need to do is maintain the front line while your main carry is gonna go all in on that upkeep tax. But it seems like it's the red team who is dictating who to attack first. Hippogriffs are in the air to try and scout a little bit. I mean, we already have an owl scout, so I'm not sure where he's going. Probably just to pick up another archer, as we do have a good number of giants on the ground here for the blue team. 3 giants, as well as a decent number of spellbreakers. Actually, a lot of spellbreakers, in fact. +2, +1 upgrades. Meanwhile, the mountain giants are +0, +1. Archers are +2, +0. You can see the mentality there. We do have a Keeper of the Grove coming out as the third and final hero for Infi. Demon Hunter is going to get ensnared, so he's going to prevent him from actually doing too much. Is going to mana burn the Farseer there, so no access to the Chain Lightning, as well as more Spirit Wolves to be summoned. Unfortunately, it looks like the red team's getting pushed back. The Mountain Giants are just a little too much to deal with, as well as those Spellbreakers who, in that short amount of time, got +2 attack upgrade. So, ooh, the increased DPS there was probably unexpected. Shadowhunter goes down at level 2, and I think Disaster kind of stroke because
Town is under siege.
sure, Chaemiko still has a good number of units, but most of his units are pretty fragile. And Soin is pretty down in supply, 37, so he can't actually add, or can't actually act as that wall that Chaemiko needs, so this is not looking too good. Still have triple mountain giants available, so those siege damage is going to be very juicy. In fact, going right after that stronghold. Archmage did retrain into that blizzard. I'm pretty sure the same thing happened for Chaemiko, but I don't think it's going to matter too much anytime soon, as yeah, we are losing the main base of Soin. I mean, Chaemiko can threaten base race pretty well, since he does have so many mortar teams. How many is that? 8 mortar teams on the ground. You can see there blasting those spellbreakers. In fact, 3 spellbreakers died within a second. I mean, the DPS is there. It's just unfortunate that Soin didn't have that beefy of a frontline yet, which is really weird, because it's the red team who actually chose to fight first, as the mortar teams are going to go straight after that Tree of Eternity, going down really quick, as the TP scroll is going to get channeled there by the Archmage of Chaemiko. Oh, we even have a base race right onto the keep of TH as well, no peasants available to go for the repairs, as yikes. Someone actually runs away with murder, basically. He did lose all his raiders, but I mean, all the blue team needs to do is basically counterattack now, or just find Chaemiko's main army and kill it, because like I said, no front line, so it's kind of hard to keep those mono teams protected. Mountain King is gonna get Sanctuary back home. Unfortunately, it is Sanctuary, so
a town is under siege.
He won't be able to contribute to this defense until he is fully healed. Alright, let's see how it goes. We have Thornzora onto the Keeper of the Grove, just in case we are dealing with melee units, but since there are no orc units available, it's not going to matter too much. You can see those giants constantly spamming that taunt to try and get those units to stop and fight back, but since Chaemiko is his full attention's basically here, he is not going to get baited by that taunt. However, those Mana Kings are basically soloing those Mono teams. They are going a bit low, but I mean, the main infrastructure of Chaemiko's base is kind of going down. Mountain King is going to get full, unfortunately. Yeah, he did get fully healed by Sanctuary, I believe, but that is not going to be enough. Chaemiko and Soin's gonna GG out. Oh, got disconnected. Classic. Right. I'm not sure if it was because Soin was an orc that his frontline wasn't as reliable. I mean, Soin just did not have enough. I don't think he should have stuck to 50 supply. I think he should have kind of followed with his ally, because yeah, since orc units are so costly in terms of supply, losing like 1 or 2 units is pretty devastating compared to TH, who has many smaller costed units. So yeah, that is going to be that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and I will try and get another game out eventually. Take care.